Alright, hello. Attempt number two. So, little project update. Sorry if you've never seen any of my videos. I just shoot it on my phone and I don't do much editing and stuff like that. But yeah, I shot a video a couple weeks ago when I split the cap on this 95 bullet. It's a 21X DC. Um, and I was pretty discouraged because of all the cutting I had to do and just the mess. It was just, how the heck am I going to get all this back together? But I'm rejuvenated now. I have a direction for the project, and I haven't titled this video yet, but if I title it what I'm considering titling it, I'm sorry if it seems like clickbait to you, but that's kind of my goal for it. I'm I want to see if I can make one of the fastest 2110 bullets out there. Um, I know I've heard of plenty of guys in the mid 90s with one of these. I've heard of a guy that took one to 111 miles per hour, which that was, what's his name? Paul Nichols, which he's kind of on another level driver of boats and stuff. I'm not quite anywhere near that, but um, of course, it's not just the hull of the boat. A lot of it is your motor, of course, which I plan on getting a 300 on this, likely a two-stroke, and 300X or a 300XS. But the motor, of course, is huge. The hull is huge. The driver is a big part, and the setup, is huge. So a lot of factors going in, but I'm on with the hull right now. The reason I think I can make this one of the fastest is I had to strip it out, and um, the transoms all Kusa. I had to rip the stringers out, and so I'm putting Kusa stringers back in, which is quite a bit lighter than plywood. The core, once I started cutting core out, I kind of went crazy, and it's a balsa core boat. And I got this Divinicel. I don't know the correct pronunciation of it, but it's quite a bit lighter than balsa even, which balsa is already light, but it's a foam that doesn't has good density. It doesn't rot, doesn't absorb water supposedly. So I should be able to lighten this thing up. I'm thinking by maybe 200 pounds or so, or in that ballpark. Um, I have some plans for even lightening up the top deck, of course, the floor. Um, so yeah, just making it light is the goal here. I am gonna re-gel coat the entire boat, so I'll have to flip it, and when I flip it, do some blueprinting, just make sure it's straight and even before I go through all the work of re-gel coating it. Um, Other than that, I had more to say, and I just completely drew a blank. I'm exhausted from working on this thing. Um, it should be basically a brand new 95 bullet. I love doing this stuff, restoring stuff, building stuff. Can't afford an $80,000 bassboat right now. I'd love to just go buy a new one and be done with it, but it's all right. I've gotten pretty good at making things, building things, and uh, if you don't have the luxury of being rich, then you got to be smart. And I don't know. There's a saying there somewhere. I don't know what it is, but yeah. So epoxy um, is what. Well, yeah. Put the stringers in. Um, thickened epoxy. Uh, for the same with the core. is I'm going to epoxy it into the place. Basically anything that needs to be bonded, I'll use thickened epoxy. And then 1708 with good polyester for my laminating. Of course, you can't use polyester over epoxy, but you can, you know, put the stringers down in epoxy and the core down, and then polyester over it. You just can't put the two together, if that makes sense. I know what I'm talking about, I think. So, yeah, it's a bugger. I've been sanding for a week and a half. I've been itching, even though I try to keep everything tidy and clean and wear a mask, and you know it's messy friggin' work. But I'm thinking of getting into this. Anybody's got needs a transom done on a bullet, or probably about any boat. I've done quite a few. Here to give you a quick look so far. So that's all getting the Divini cell, and Kusa, the 26 strong stuff. I thought about trying to use the 20, but I didn't want to cut corners after all this friggin' work, and it wasn't that much more. It's not that much more weight, and it's still lighter than plywood. So, yeah, appreciate you checking this out, and if you got any comments or got an idea how fast you think it might be, let me know. I don't really know. I shooting for 100 on the water is fast. I've never reached 100 on the water. I've raced motocross, I've raced cars, I've raced quads, I've raced just about anything, BMX bikes through the years, everything. But I got to get seat time. It's a big thing. So yeah, if you got an idea how fast you think it might go, let me know. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there better educated on these than I. But anyways, yeah, I'll try to make another video when I start gluing stuff in and update. And yeah, again, appreciate you checking it out. Thank you.